There's two main reasons why we process our scrap material the way we do, and the first reason is to get the material down to a mill spec grade. That way we can sell it directly to the mills for them to melt down. And the second is to upgrade any material we may get by separating it or sorting it or taking it apart. Let me show you a couple examples. So this big steel tube right here may look like just a piece of steel that we would normally cut up into under 3-foot sections, and then it would go straight to the steel mill. But this particular piece is a chiller of some sort, so it has some other type of material inside of it. And so if you look in the end, you can see all of those individual tubes, and typically those are either made out of copper or stainless steel, sometimes copper nickel, it just depends. And so now you can see this chiller was considerably larger than the one I just showed you and has already been taken apart, but you can see all of the individual tubes in this were made out of copper. Now this one was already processed before it was brought into us, so whoever brought this here cut it apart and took the copper out themselves. So now we just got to size down the rest of the steel to send it to the steel mill, but if it still had the copper tubes in it, we would get those out as we cut it apart. These two pieces of angle iron are a good example of what I mean between sizing down, or what we call prepared versus unprepared steel. So this piece on the right is about 4.5 feet long, and for the mill specs that we're making, they have to be 3 feet or less. So this piece on the left, that's only about 2 feet long, this is ready to ship directly to the mill, whereas this piece we at least have to cut in half. I hope that helps you guys understand why we process the material the way we do. And of course, if somebody wanted to process those chillers themselves and bring them in already torn apart and sized down, we're more than happy to pay more for that material when they do that, because we don't have to put the time or labor into it.